For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I want you to protest. I don't want you to ride. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Just a few days after protest action outside the Castries Health Center, what happens? A reaction from the Ministry of Health. You'll find out about this in just a moment. Also coming up, the island's Prime Minister says he has full confidence in his beleaguered health minister. And more celebration coming up. Right here on the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. In a bit, your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. So very often, people like to stress on the number of individuals participating in a demonstration, in a walk, or a protest action. This week, there is this protest outside the Castries Wellness Center. We grew up knowing it as the Castries Health Center. And the protest was led by two candidates of the opposition, UWP, and you had a sprinkling of individuals. And some people would have deemed it to be unsuccessful, a pappy show, a mockery. What would come out of this? Well, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health has issued a press release focusing on the closure of that health institution. And this is close to a year after its closure. Remember, it was closed in December of 2023. So what would have prompted her? What would have prompted the authorities to issue a statement? I think it is because of that protest which took place outside of that health institution led by the United Workers' Party candidate for Castries Central, Roche Clark. Let's listen to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Jenny Daniel.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs conveys sincere apologies for the inconvenience caused by the temporary redirection of services from the Castries Wellness Center. Over the years, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has remained steadfast in providing high-quality primary health care through our community nursing service, supporting individuals, families, and communities in St. Lucia. Despite our best efforts, the Castries Wellness Center experienced significant structural and situational deterioration over time, leading to hazardous conditions for both clients and staff. Recognizing the urgent need to safeguard everyone who relies on our services, we made the difficult but necessary decision to redirect services from the Castries Wellness Center to the Leclerc and other nearby wellness centers. We understand the disruption that this may have caused, and we thank you for your patience and understanding as we work to improve our facilities for a safer, stronger healthcare environment. In our commitment to enhancing health services, the Ministry has been strengthening primary care services nationwide. This strategic focus aims to improve health outcomes and reduce the impact of diseases at both individual and community levels. A key component of this vision is the ongoing transformation of Victoria Hospital into a modern Castries urban polyclinic. Once completed, this facility will greatly enrich our healthcare system and expand service offerings to meet the evolving needs of our community. The Castries Urban Polyclinic will serve as a central interface connecting satellite wellness centers, including Entrepot and Ciceron, with the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. In addition to services, the Polyclinic will offer an array of specialized services, including urgent health care, which is available on weekends and holidays, minor surgical procedures within the urgent care unit, the Cuban Eye Care Program, diabetic retinopathy screening and laser treatment, audiology or hearing services, dental services, and more. These enhancements reflect our ongoing commitment to ensuring that each resident has access to timely, safe, and effective care. While we acknowledge the challenges posed by this transition, we want to reassure you that the health and well-being of the community remains our utmost priority. The Ministry remains dedicated to our mandate to provide accessible, quality health care for all in every community across our island. Thank you once again for your understanding, patience, and support as we work towards building a more resilient health system. Together, we are making strides towards a healthier future for St. Lucia.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Jenny Daniels. The statement issued and stressing the need for the redirection of services from the Castries Wellness Center. It took a demonstration on the part of United Workers' Party candidates and just a few of their supporters earlier this week for the statement to be issued. But what I always found very interesting, very strange, and, I think a little bit, out of the ordinary, is amid such concerns when people issue those statements and they say to the audience, to the people who have been suffering for a while now, as far as the lack of services at the Castries Wellness Center, thank you for your patience and understanding. Well, I dare say to you, in most instances, particularly in this case, I'm sure that many people have been A, impatient, and 2, they just don't understand and accept that a service of that nature could be taken away from them for so long. And without any kind of explanation, without periodical updates from the authorities. So, the lesson in all this is what? If you want a reduction in gas prices, you ought to know what to do. If you have an issue with the high cost of living and inflation, you know what to do. If you are concerned about the crime problem and the lack of adequate responses from the authorities, police, National Security Minister, Home Affairs, etc., you ought to know what to do. Let us listen to Rosh Clark earlier this week as he undertook that protest action outside the Castries Wellness Center, which has been closed for close to a year now.
Healthcare is all right. It's not a privilege.
Yes, it is a right.
We need a proper medical facility.
Open central health center.
When can I help you? Rubbish. That's how you can help the people of Castries.
With a health center.
Help the people of Castries in that way. Not
Yes.
focus on political theatrics and wasting persons' time.
Yes.
Healthcare is all right. It's not a privilege.
It's a right.
But I cannot fault them because they're not from the city. Some of them don't understand the difference. You owe the city doesn't owe you. Okay, it's all right. It's not a privilege.
Earlier this week, protesting the closure of the Castries Wellness Center for close to a year now. Let's take your calls at 452-2979. That's 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp message earlier today. And again, the complaint is the failure of the authorities to pay prize monies owed to the artists who participated in this year's Carnival. I really thought that this had already been settled, but obviously that is not the case. So allow me to go through a WhatsApp message. It reads, despite the minister declaring that there were administrative issues that's why prize monies to artists were paid late, and his recent announcement or pronouncement in the House about CIP monies being used for Carnival, there are several Carnival players who still have not gotten paid. Among them, artists who performed at Mass on the Square, organized by Events Company and CPMC, judges, songwriters, and other service providers. Sadly, no one is being told when they will be paid, only that organizers are awaiting additional funds. So is it that Carnival has gone over budget, or was it not properly budgeted for? And exactly how much of CIP money was put into Carnival? We were never told. Meanwhile, the players being owed are suffering in silence since they have sworn allegiance. Additionally, Carnival has been launched in Miami in October. Jazz is being launched in London this weekend, all coming at a cost to taxpayers. And yet, creatives are still being owed. What are you going to do about it, you creatives who are owed by the authorities? 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And let me turn my attention to Amanda and what's happening in the chat room. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Timothy comments in the chat room. Someone says, shouldn't this have been a press release prior to the health facility closing? Another comment, it shouldn't take a protest for the powers that be to come out and give out such press releases. Another comment, that goes to show when you are quiet, nothing happens. Another contribution, we don't want no poems. We are tired of poems from the minister and poems from others. Another comment, y'all wasn't doing anything. Now y'all want to do too much, fix the healthcare center. Someone says, wow, I guess Roche just rushed them into making a statement. Way to go, Roche. It's not about healthcare. It's not a political party thing, but a country. Another comment, all of this should have been done well before closing SMH. And someone says that protest action was more than effective. That's it for now, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. No doubt we'll be getting some more comments to share with you listening and watching the broadcast. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody just sent me a WhatsApp message. It reads, the pharmacy at the Grosley Polyclinic is closed. Can we please find out when will it reopen? The pharmacy at the Grosile Polyclinic is closed. Can we find out when will it reopen? So maybe we'll get another statement from the PS in the Ministry of Health on this. But in the chat room, somebody said, Jenny, do you genuinely believe what you are reading off that screen in front of you? The health minister, Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste, has been under tremendous pressure over the last few months, and rightly so, because he is responsible for our health. And when things are not being done properly, especially as the provision of health care is concerned, those have implications, wider implications for the society. And he ought not to take it personally, because he campaigned for the job. And he said a number of things while he was in opposition, very critical of his predecessor. For example, this statement that he made some 5 years ago.
It is even more alarming that the health minister, Senator Mary Isaac, continues to be largely absent in the fight for better health care for the benefit of all St. Lucians. The minister has not addressed the key and burning concerns of St. Lucians and has not provided the leadership which a sector in major crisis requires and deserves.
He was then the opposition spokesman for health, Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste, issuing that statement some 5 years ago. Fast forward to 2024, and we hear excuses from the authorities. Healthcare has always been a problem in St. Lucia. There's been a problem while the SLP was in opposition. Now that it's in government, it's still a problem. It's a problem in the United States. It is a problem in the UK. What are you doing about it so that the people of St. Lucia can comfortably get the kind of health care that they so desire, that they need, that they require? That is certainly a human rights issue. I mean, the United Nations would write about this, speak about it very often. And it seems that we, in those small islands in St. Lucia, let's focus on St. Lucia, we are not taking those issues seriously, because it cannot be a situation where you are in opposition, you complain, you campaign against the stewardship of a health minister, you get into office, and things are deteriorating under your watch. It is not a case where things are at the same level, Deterioration is taking place at a rapid rate in this country. And yet still the people who are listening and watching this broadcast right now might believe that, the criticism is unwarranted. If you don't criticize, if you don't hold those people accountable, what do you think will happen? They'll just continue to rest on the laurels. And those people are making certain decisions, government ministers, governments, prime ministers, etc., that affect us. When you have money to do so many other things so that you can protect the victory, and yet still do not make the right investment in health so that people can comfortably convalesce at the various health institutions and go to the pharmacies at the health institutions and get medication and so on, you don't expect that people will take you to task? They ought to. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Timothy.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, Colin.
Good afternoon to you, Nokimani, Amanda.
Yeah.
Good afternoon,
Tim.
caller.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, all this problem going on in St. Lucia is because of St. Lucia itself. Tim, because I cannot believe Musa, right? He was the Minister of Agriculture, and see how our farmers get betrayed, deteriorated, that's been rotten and finished. And now this man is Minister of Health, and our health condition in St. Lucia is not right. Tim, let me go back to something to review you. Tim, in May 2022, right, my father fell ill, right, on the 13th of May. He was admitted at the St. Jude Hospital, which is the old stadium in St. Jude's in Vieux Fort. On the 16th of May, he passed away 2022. Tim, the hospital bed was not in the good way of manner. Tim, when I went and visit my dad, he suffered fluid on his lungs. His breathing was not good at all. And the hospital, you know, underneath your head, you need the hoist to go up and down. You have the remote in your hand. Tim, you know what they had underneath this man's head? A wooden bench. Wow. Timothy. And to be honest with you and to tell St. Lucian now, Musa is from just Bellevue at the top there, where St. Jude Hospital is exposing as a beautiful view when you're up there. For this man to be Ministry of Health, to have St. Lucian in that state. And so much St. Lucian have been dying because of no medication, Tim. Lack of everything. I walk into the St. Jude Hospital at the same time my dad was there. And Tim, everybody know my voice. Those who listen, they know it's definitely School Vibes Radio. That's Dr. Love, DJ Clinton. I'm gonna tell you. And you see this Labour Party? They confuse St. Lucians by not getting a $75,000 on a medical exemption card where when they're sick, they can go to the hospital, they can go to the doctors. And when the doctors prescribe a prescription for them to get their medication, it will come out free. Now look at what happened in St. Lucia. Tim, honestly speaking, when you are St. Lucian and you are living abroad and you come to St. Lucia on holiday, and seeing that you're sick and somebody to carry you at the St. Jude Hospital or okay, you have no bed. Tim, how do we feel about this? And you see the people who call in on talk shows and calling all kind of names and telling you the Labour Party in St. Lucia has been doing good. Tim, it's not political, you know. It's all about our health. And Tim, any government like Alan Shastney, who had a vision for St. Lucia to carry St. Lucian through a victory of success of life, right now, underneath the Labour Party regime, St. Lucian have been suffering misery, pain, everything. My brother, it's not easy. And I want St. Lucian to understand, if you're going to vote for a politician that will inspire your success in life, because our health is what we are depending on today. If we don't have health, we cannot get up in the morning and go to work. And if Moses Jabaris is a man, and the administration of Philip J. Pierre is really representing St. Lucian, as they say, putting people first, Tim, I cannot see that first. Not because I'm sitting here in England or doing a talk show on Cool Vibes Radio. Tim, let me tell you something. I am standing up for country. I put my country before me because my ancestors put me before the country. And they allowed me to go out there to work, to do the right thing for my country. And these guys are there as politicians. We vote for them. And yet still they are deteriorating our life and put our life in misery. And I'm telling you something, the Labour Party have come with so many crap and lies, and there is nothing you can find out about the Labour Party again, but just putting St. Lucia their life into jeopardy. We need better. Healthcare is our aim. Without healthcare, we cannot survive, my brother. We cannot survive. Our road condition is in a mess. Ambulance cannot come within 10 minutes to carry us to hospital. We die. And when we get to the hospital, there is no medication. Tim, can imagine you going to a hospital to have an injection. They have to prescribe your prescription to go to the pharmacist, the drugstore to buy it and bring it back to the hospital, Tim? Yeah. And a septic, Tim, this is bad. Tim, come on. Let we put this thing on the side and you see all this money borrowing and borrowing. When our hospital could have finished for so long, Tim, for St. Lucian to be better, we have our Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Rolf Gonzalez, come to St. Lucia, telling St. Lucian to vote for the Labour Party. When we have our own St. Lucian, this young lady go to St. Vincent with her baby to have a surgery and have done it free. And now Ralph left St. Lucia and doing improvement in St. Vincent. Can our Prime Minister Philip J. open his eyes and see what Ralph make the mockery out of him? I've become the stupidest. Tim, to be honest with you, I respect that on your show. But to me, when I look at the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, he is the stupidest Prime Minister I've ever seen in this world, Tim. Tim, nowhere in life, a man telling you he knows who's behind our crime happening in St. Lucia. He knows who, Tim. And today we have not hold this man accountable for this, Tim. What are we St. Lucian waiting for? Are we crying for us to die and go to that graveyard? And Tim, it's Tim, to be honest, Tim, when someone is talking about this, Tim, to people like me, it put tears in my eyes to see my country like this. You know why? I am a St. Lucian, Tim. I left St. Lucia over 29 to 40 years ago, Tim. And I believe my country is mine. That is where my navel string been buried. To listening to NewsSpin, which that I run in a radio station as well, Tim. And I make the opportunity to listen to you every afternoon, right? Don't matter what time, wherever you having NewsSpin, whatever program you having, I put in myself out there to hear what question that you have to put into these people. Tim, St. Lucia not listening. They might be thinking that your station is on the UWP side. That's what they think because I heard it from Richard Frederick. But when people listening to Richard Frederick program, can I help you? Team, St. Lucian are disrespecting the intelligent in front of them too many times, team. And it's time for us to put a stop into that. My brother, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep on what you're doing because there will be nobody like you, Tim, when you left us in this world or when we left you. Tim, have a good day.
You too, sir. And thank you so much calling from the UK. 4522979, your WhatsApp calls and messages. 716-2026. Somebody says via WhatsApp, I will have to open a drugstore in St. Lucia. Big business for me. 4522979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And over to you, Amanda. And what's in the chat room?
Tim, someone says, to those who said it was not making sense, there you are. Their voices are heard, a response came forth. Another comment, this government is always putting the cart before the horse. Tim, when will you have a program dedicated to people calling in about the experiences of healthcare in St. Lucia?
Well, I mean, that's the program that we have, and people can call at any time to speak about any issue that is impacting them.
Another comment, protest outside the Poly clinic, our voice would be heard. We need to take a stand. Another comment, everything those guys said in opposition is biting them in the donkey now. Another comment, they are finishing the St. Jude's once upon a time. The healthcare centers are closing to be fixed again once upon a time. Everything under the SLP is once upon a time. Another contribution, Roche's protest proved to us that truth doesn't depend on consensus of opinions or large crowds, but just believe in yourself and know that one person can make a difference.
Okay, we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller. Okay.
All right, Tim. This is Vincent London. I run against Moses Jabatis in the last elections.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell you, Tim, this representative from that constituency, as you rightfully said a while ago, went about the length and breadth of St. Lucia and composed all kinds of silly poems. They were both in English and in Creole. I remember his background was Mula Chic, Sandy Beach, and Up the Mon. Now, Tim, I'm walking, so in case you're hearing my breathing, excuse that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I am so emotionally charged at the kind of rhetoric that this district representative for Beaufort North, having been under the I don't know if I could call it the guide or the leadership of the Labour Party for almost 50 years in that constituency, team. And then we have been called the jewel in the crown of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I remember clearly when Kenny Anthony said that if Labrie was the crown of the Labour Party, Beaufort North must be the jewel in the crown. Now, we all know it is the jewel in any crown that gives it its value. And then for us to have been led by the Labour Party in that constituency for almost 50 years, and if you were to take a bus or your car and you come into this constituency and you see the state of that constituency and you put it against this march of progress that the Labour Party declared they had recently, you will put your hand in your mouth, Tim. So the district rep, as I was saying a while ago, composed all kinds of silly poems, both in English and in Creole. And then before the elections, all over social media, those poems were being played. And now, Tim, God has given this man that ministry that he was criticizing. He gave us a failing grade during that time. And he cannot move a stone, Tim. He cannot change anything. He doesn't have the will. He doesn't have the fortitude. He doesn't have the vision. He does not have the competency to do anything with this health ministry. I hear people blaming Philip J. Pierre as incompetent as he is as Prime Minister. But that Minister for Health deserves more blame because he, Tim, is the gentleman that is put in charge of the Ministry of Health. Why, I ask myself, you had so much time, you were so motivated with all kinds of poems to talk about how we had failed as the last administration in health, whereby now you have the opportunity to give us the world-class health that St. Lucia deserves. That you can't do anything. When you've been asked a question, because I know they have their press briefing every Monday, and at the time that he presented at one of those press briefing or press conference, whatever it's called, they asked him a question regarding how much money is put into the healthcare system, in particular the hospital that they're trying to rebuild in Vieux Fort. And he said that he would have to refer us back to some other department. You are the Minister for Health. It tells me, Tim, that this guy has no idea. This guy doesn't have the command of any ministry. As we know, he was the Minister for Health, Agriculture, and that was a failed ministry as well. What do we expect if someone continuously fails us, and then he's been given another ministry? That's like spinning top in mud. That's like washing your hand and wiping it with mud again. There is a saying that you cannot expect to do the same thing over and over and then to get different results. This is what this administration is all about. This is what this Minister for Health is all about. St. Lucians, it is time for you to demand change. It is time for you to get change so that this country can run properly. Have a good afternoon.
Mr. Let me ask you a question, because the fact that many of us might consider the health minister to be failing at his job, but he has been very successful in winning the Vieux North seat over the last few general elections. Are you looking to contest that seat again? Because the last time you lost by close to 650 votes.
No, Tim, we lost by 438 votes.
430,
and
okay.
That is not considered a loss at all. And I'm so glad that you have engaged me and asked me this question. Tim, we have been making inroads into that constituency from the elections before me. We were represented by Prince Ambrose. We have been making inroads. We are not losing the seat in Vieux Fort North. When you compare us with other constituents in terms of the vote margin, we have been chipping in and constantly bringing or increasing our vote counts in Vieux Fort North. So I don't consider 438 votes a loss. We were losing by 1,000, by 900 plus in the past. So this was not a loss. We are continuously improving and continuously hitting the tree with a small axe until eventually we get there. So you asked me if I'm considering running again. Tim, I cannot answer that for you at the moment because there's a process going on.
But are you interested?
There is absolutely, Tim.
Okay.
A soldier does not. If a soldier is in battle, and then he or she is getting beaten or getting flak, that means they are closer to the target. That means they are closer to the enemy. So therefore, a soldier does not just retreat. Okay, he gets beaten, you could say, or if you want to say it like that, but then he goes back and he rethinks. He goes back to the drawing board. He learns tactically where he probably did something, he probably need to improve something, and he comes back again, ready to fight. An example would be a Mike Tyson in boxing and Holyfield and these people. They don't retreat, Tim. They go back to the gym and they train harder and they come back to fight. So, Tim, I want to say to you and St. Lucians that it is time for us to rise up. And let me just, say quickly again, Vieux-Fort North has never been represented by the United Workers' Party. I said to you a while ago, why do we do things over and over and expect a different result? The people of Vieux-Fort North needs to give the United Workers' Party at least one term to see what they can do. And if we don't change so ask me, not the candidates of the Labour Party, the people of Vieux-Fort North likes. They just like the color red. That is it. Because if you compare Vieux-Fort North with other constituencies that have had the change between UWP and SLP, you will see the growth that has happened there. Compared to Soufrière, Stanislas was there. You saw the growth when he took it over from Harold, whatever his name was.
Dalton.
When Dominic Fede was there, you'll see the difference now with this current representative. If you look at Miku South, you'll see the growth in Miku South. If you look at Miku North, and I can go on and on, Tim, and you will see the difference between a UWP representative as opposed to an SLP representative. So the choice is clear that Vieux-Fort North needs to change its trajectory. It needs to change the way that it is being led and for it to give itself a chance to grow.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. Just heard there from Mr. Vincent London, who unsuccessfully contested the Vieux-Fort North seat in the last general election on a United Workers' Party ticket. Still to come, the Prime Minister says he has full confidence in his health minister.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidboutet at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now opened for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carnival building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carnival building. New location, same great service.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon milk sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't want to miss a bacon melt sandwich. Have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
You asked for it and you got got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Ministre qui a responsabilité pour santé a offert un service neuf en bas programme Universal Health Coverage là. Service ça là c'est pour femmes faire test pap smear pour aider à adresser problème cancer en matrice. Service nouveau pap smear ça là plus confortable et plus facile. Nous commandé pour toute femme pour l'avantage service ça là et aller en wellness center en Camino pour apprendre plus à sous sa clinique pap smear ça là qu'a offert. Ada yon semaine seulement ou ka jwen résultat l'examen pap smear. Et si mou chwe bagay pas normal, et ben la ni cancer, ou ka traper examiner encore durant une semaine. La ka ni examination pour HPV 16 et HPV 18 qui ça en cause cancer en matrice. Si résultat test la pas normal, ou ka jwen un appointment vitement pour traitement. Et là, ou ka jwen plus information à sous maladie et guérison. Nous commandons toute femme pour prendre l'avantage service neuf sala pour adresser problème cancer. Et UHC, santé ou c'est l'antéwino. Pour plus d'informations, téléphonez 468-5300 et bien 468-53D8.
Why travel abroad for an MRI scan when you can access world-class medical technology right here in St. Lucia? At La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring cutting-edge technology to your doorstep with our state-of-the-art GE-accredited 1.5 Tesla MRI machine. Our advanced imaging services let you see the unseen, providing crystal clear scans that deliver unmatched accuracy for a comprehensive look at your health. Save time, save money, prioritize your health. No more costly trips overseas. Get the highest quality MRI scans locally and take control of your health with the option of a second opinion. You deserve that peace of mind. Our skilled specialists are here to guide you every step of the way. Whether it's nerve disorders, chronic headaches, spinal injury, or stroke recovery, we offer expert consultation and personalized care all under one roof. And don't miss out on our special discounts. Ask about our reduced rates on MRIs, ultrasounds, and consultations at our convenient locations in Castries and Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Book your appointment today. Call La Clinique de Corps at 451-6559 and experience imaging excellence without leaving the island. Your health deserves the best. Let us help you see it.
Attention homeowners. Are you ready to transform your space this holiday season? Don't miss out on the Tile Gallery Incredible Jingle Tile Sale, happening now through October 31st. For a limited time, save up to 50% off on a stunning selection of tiles only at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen, bathroom, or outdoor, we have the perfect style for you. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Visit us today and elevate your home with beautiful tiles at unbeatable prices at the Jingle Tile Sale. The Tile Gallery is located at MNC Home Depot and Sunrise.
Bonjour, c'est Lucie. Non, moi c'est Eric et moi sorti Taiwan.
Announcing the 17th Annual St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show from November 1st to the 3rd.
Moi ka invité où?
Come see the creativity of 65 entrepreneurs from St. Lucia.
Et c'est 65 petits business.
From Taiwan, 14 businesses that will show the latest tech products and other innovations from Taiwan. Free shuttle service from Baywalk Shopping Mall and back.
Ou c'est ouye, pas by black.
Yes, free shuttle service. And as usual, there will be lots of fun and entertainment. On Saturday, it's carefree karaoke. And Sunday, a fashion show with Rafferty Inc. and live music from the Impulse Band.
Nouveau, 10 pour 7 tous les jours.
It's the 17th annual St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show, November 1st to the 3rd at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay.
Dis-moi d'où.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily.
Vini pour nous causer.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
I have full confidence in the health minister. I have full confidence in the health minister. I'm going to say it again. I have full confidence in the health minister.
The island's prime minister expressing full confidence in his health minister. WhatsApp message. Moses Jean-Baptiste was made Minister of Agriculture, which he made a mess of. With whoever had a light bulb moment and elected him Minister of Health, to me, this is the most important ministry in St. Lucia. It was all right. It was given to somebody who needs to go. He must go. They all need to go. No more Russian roulette with Lucians' lives. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's take a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, I listened to this thing you just played there about Mr. Philip J. Pierre. Full confidence in what's his name? In Moses Jean-Baptiste.
Yes, that's what you heard.
The man was the Minister of Agriculture. Agriculture never moved one step forward, you know. Instead, it went forward, it went backward. Now again, the guy in health there. And to me, health is not going nowhere. You have doctors resigning, nurses resigning, people are going to the institution all over. They're not getting what they're supposed to get. I have a serious problem with that. And I hear you said about they're still voting the guy. Because the reason for that, Tim, in St. Lucia, we don't read, we doesn't follow what is going on in the country. And the countryside, I find these people, man, over the years, man, they do not put country first. They put politicians before themselves, and when they get sick, their family and their loved one goes to the institution where the man is Minister of Health, and they're dying. There is no medication, Tim. And I say I would never call this program again, you know. But it's troubling me, Tim, as a St. Lucian, to see if I get sick now, I am praying. Yes, everybody must get sick, but I am praying that I get sick to the extent that I have to go to Victoria Hospital or St. Jude. Because I believe, I know the kind of person I am. I'm very weak when it comes to health, especially when you're sick and you know they diagnose you. I believe before I even reach in the hospital, I will die. The reason why I am saying that, Tim, when you don't have specialist doctors in a hospital, and you don't have medication in a hospital, and doctors are leaving, do not blame the doctors, Tim. Because supposing your daughter goes to the hospital, you think, well, it's a little minor thing. And when she goes there, you say, okay, I'll bring one, two things. Tomorrow, for you to find out, your daughter passed. Why your daughter passed is because of the lack of medication. And you cannot give people medication or substituting medication to give someone. To me, that is a disaster. And in my opinion, Dr. Kenny Anthony, when I really look at him, I don't believe he has the country at hand. Now, I'm going to say the reason why I'm going to say that. Look at the election in the United States with Liz Cheney, a Republican, supporting a Democrat. It's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about putting country first. And here in St. Lucia, people don't really care about the country. And when the Labour Party give them $50, 2 pounds of rice, a tuna fish, and lentils, they don't care with that. And how long this thing will last. That's where we reach. Instead we were going up, right now we take a dip. Tim, that is very, 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 very sad. And Mr. Pierre, in my opinion, as Prime Minister, I believe that statement he made there, he should retract that. Have confidence in a minister where you have doctors that went to school for how many years to try to help your citizens of this country. And it's so sad. Those doctors seeing that they does not have what it takes to help the people, or else they could get sued. So what do you expect them to do? It's to resign and get away out of that. It's not that they really want to do it, but it's a sad day for St. Lucia. Because Philip J. Pierre said, years ago in opposition, he was the most prepared. And in my opinion, I believe Philip J. Pierre right now need a medical valuation. And I don't even believe he could go to St. Jude's or even OKU for that. I believe, Mr. Prime Minister, what you just said then, you have made a lot of mistakes over and over. I telling you, you could use my tax money to go to a proper hospital overseas to get a proper diagnostic of yourself. Because I don't believe you getting it right. You're putting the entire country in jeopardy. It's just like we now watch him. And every time they keep bombing us, hundreds of people is dying, even doctors dying. So how do you expect us to be in this country? We in a war zone. That's what it is. Because when we get sick, we cannot get access to Medicare wherever we go. It's a shame. Mr. Prime Minister, in my opinion, you have failed St. Lucia, and I believe this is the time for you to go. And Moses Jabati, if you say you're a patriot of St. Lucia, do the right thing, man. Resign. And I am sending that message to Mr. Damian Grid, which is my good friend. My brother, I am not against you. I am not against you. It's a job, but I believe the country is heading into the wrong direction. And it's not good for us. Think of St. Lucia. Do not think of Alan Shasley. Do not think of Philip J. Pierre. Do not think about the Slabos. Do the right thing. And I'm calling for the entire St. Lucia Labour Party government to resign. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. The column in reference to Dr. Damian Graves, by the way, today his first day on the job. Yes, Dr. Graves, today is his first day on the job as the CEO of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. WhatsApp message reads, healthcare has been an issue for eons in St. Lucia, going way back to the Compton administration or era. But I'm proud of my St. Lucian compatriots for standing up for their rights and for change today. Bravo. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller. Hello. Good afternoon.
Just calling to support the last caller, 100%. Right.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. 452-2979. 452-2979. Let me see if you have a WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says there, PJP is right. He has full confidence. And they spelled fool as F-O-O-L. What's in the chat room, Amanda?
Tim, someone says if Pip has confidence in Richard, who wouldn't he have confidence in? I think PJP needs some confidence pads. Another comment. Pip have confidence in his health minister and the others because they are helping him in his game. They are fooling him to believe that all is well. They are spreading untruths to help him and themselves to stay in power. In previous comments, someone says, always some kind of excuse when they are in power. If these guys really stop trying to fool the masses and actually give some straight talk, maybe we would be in a better place. Another comment, he needs to explain to the citizens what is happening under his watch. Someone says, my best advice to my people, try not to get sick, there is no medication. Another comment, it is so ironic how the criticisms of the last opposition before the last elections are hitting them bullseye as they are in the hot seat. Another comment, healthcare is a priority, not a privilege. Someone says, it appears many St. Lucians are dying because of inadequate and poor health facilities and personal financial issues. Another contribution, Lucians have no vision and they like too many handouts. Someone says Labour Party have no vision to move St. Lucia forward. Another contribution, SLP told Shas let's take that again. SLP told Shas they just start crying, but Shas is not the one crying. The whole of St. Lucia is. Wow, I knew this was coming. SLP must go. Someone says, greetings and a happy Friday to NewsSpin. Host, co-host, producers and management. It was a great week of enlightenment as always. I have heard people say don't bite the hands that feed you, but it depends on what hand is feeding you. You might even have to cut it off, stay away from that hand. With that said, I would like to say thank you. Thank you, God, for a great week. Safe through another week. God has brought us on our way. Wishing everyone a peaceful, restful, spirit-filled week and a safe weekend. That's it.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that update. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp message. It reads, health is too important a service for the ministry to come out with that long after the fact diatribe statement and after the demonstration statement. The ministry should have been on top of the situation with good prior notice, details and updates. Adequate provision for continuity and ensuring any inconvenience is as short as possible. It continues, anybody expects the Labour government to take health seriously when they're probably the only entity in the world which happily organized a mass gathering in the middle of COVID and in defiance to the WHO and PAO guidance and policies. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says there, healthcare is in a mess. People are going to OKEU without bed sores, admitted, and come out with massive ulcer and they die. What is it the nursing department, what is the nursing department saying? And let's see if we have some more of your messages to go through via WhatsApp. And somebody says there, the Prime Minister will back his health minister because any reshuffle will send a bad signal and will seriously damage the effort to protect the victory. And let's see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Okay, somebody says there via WhatsApp, it reads, no political leader will do nothing right unless they take or follow the footsteps of the best Prime Minister ever, Sir John Compton. The health minister is a no-no. We need to stop putting fortunate people in elections and allow more ghetto people from the streets to make the change. The Prime Minister needs medical evaluation, but I don't believe he will get it because all our doctors are leaving. And let's see there. Let's take a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, Tim.
Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
I will get there. We'll have it back.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rigobert.
Yes, Tim, we finished, Tim, accordingly to Rick Wayne. We finished. And I try my best, Tim, not to call. But when I have certain things, Tim, I cannot just leave it pass like that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I am even tired of hearing my own voice calling you spin, and what those guys are just saying to you is just like shut up in your mouth and sleep in your bed in like that. When you will not answer questions, you understand, as a leader, And today I'm hearing again that stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop criticizing. Is fixing things. If you had things in a right way, we would not have no reason to complain. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If my mother or my father in the home and doing everything right, feeding me, and I don't have to complain because daddy is doing a good job. You understand? So if I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get at home, I will complain. You are complaining. You are not. You don't complain. You are not getting nothing fixed. You are complaining. They are telling you don't complain, and they are not fixing it. Exactly what I just said a while ago. They are just telling you shut up in your mouth and sleep in your bed in like that. But tanto, one of these days the table will turn in. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend as well. And it was this same Mr. Rigobert who earlier this week gave us a COPD public service announcement. And we'll play you that announcement right now as we continue to focus on health in St. Lucia.
What I'm saying to the young people that are already in it, that are smoking, you understand, old habits die hard. Try your best to see if you can smoke less until one day maybe you can leave it. And those that are not in it, be careful of what you are going. I'm talking directly about COPD. It's a message I'm sending out there. You understand? And if you can go and buy a 5 portion of whether crack or marijuana or whatsoever is smoking, that causes COPD. When you buy a $5 portion, take another $5 and put on another side. That is for your oxygen money. And don't depend on living your life how you want and think different governments will come in there and to make it better for you.
Public service announcement compliments of Mr. Rigobert. Somebody says via WhatsApp, pleasant good afternoon. Riviera Meter Road is a disaster. Vehicles are bleeding as the potholes are damaging them. People not eating roads. However, roads are bleeding our vehicles. Shaking my head. That's a WhatsApp message. And let me see if we have any more. Somebody sent me a message that they sent earlier on, which is the pharmacy at the Grosley Polyclinic closed because there is no medication to dispense? We need to know. Over to the Ministry of... They can issue a statement or somebody can call the broadcast before we conclude to verify. Somebody says, Tim, on the UWP, VA4 North got light and water. Another WhatsApp message. I spent last week at the hospital, and it is true. We have limited doctors and nurses. Whatever medication was needed, I had to send my people to buy it. But one would think that because we spend so much money on international tourists, promoting jazz and Carnival, but does our government think what hospital will these international tourists go to if and when something happens to them while at these activities? Our government needs to wake up. Health care is a right. Another WhatsApp message. Tim, all ministries are going down under the SLP, Health, the General Post Office, etc. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. Okay, let's take a call instead. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. They take on the landline. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello.
Hi, good evening. Good day, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, Tim, I listened earlier to a press release that you read, and it's really disappointing that this is what that is coming out of the ministry at this time, a time when people are at a breaking point.
You're talking about the press release from the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health?
Yes.
Well, I didn't read it because she read it, a statement. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So I think the situation is at tipping point, and this is not the type of press release people want to hear. They should have heard that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
What the people want now is some action to remedy what is happening currently. You know, and I'm even wondering, was the ministry providing transportation services for people going to these centers?
Not to my knowledge. Yeah, not to my knowledge.
You know, so where is the care? If you're going to undertake a project like that, it is important for you to look at all the issues around it and provide the support, you know, for the citizenry to cope with the mess that is. Now, that's one. Now, yesterday I heard you also, Tim, you were speaking about the fact that there might be a concerted effort to silence people. And sometimes I even wonder from your show itself if that's what's happening with the calls. Unless perhaps you need to increase your capacity, to hold calls, because I've been trying to get you for the whole week.
Well,
we have not been able to.
Honestly, ma'am, and I think that's Miss Fortuna Belrose, we're receiving at least close to 100 calls on every program. So we have to create a balance. We can't take all of the calls because we are constrained by time. But my apologies to you for having gone through this experience of trying to call this program for the entire week. But today's your day. Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, so I just wanted to weigh in on, the health crisis, and I was so proud of the WASH. I did go around the area myself, and the sentiment is very strong. And I think the government needs to rethink or get out in terms of managing our health care. People are at breaking point. We saw the lack of care. It was a replica mode when COVID came, when the government changed. And now we are actually living through the same kind of attitude. I think there is need for the people to stand up. And Rush's statement on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, I think is testament to the fact that the people need to have the confidence to come out to make their case, because the government is listening. So that's one. The other point I want to speak to is the whole question of the school sports disaster. Tim, when I was in the Ministry of Sport, the first school term was a critical term for school sports. The first school term means you bring in kids from all over the island into different settings, into different schools. And the integration, the camaraderie building, the values, the cooperation skills, all of those things are important when people are making transitions. And the school sports program in the new year fosters that with team sports events. So you have basketball, you have football, you have netball, you have table tennis, all designed to ensure that the kids cooperate and learn the values of team building, bonding, and working together, and of course promoting the institution. So to make a decision not to have a tournament or not to have school sports, was really out of sync. And planning for school sports does not happen in September. Planning for school sports happens from August or even July, and so something is seriously wrong in terms of what has transpired there. And I think that needs to be addressed urgently. Because, Tim, what I'm sensing is that there is a lot of excitement planning in this country. We get excited about things and we run after it. We got excited, Julian won the 100 meters, and we pumped money behind her. And after that, everything falls flat. No, it cannot be done that way. That is not how you do sustainable planning. If you were seriously planning for an Olympic medal or Julian Alfred to emerge, you would have had all your faculties intact, all your programming intact, all your health programming at base to ensure that our country continues to churn up youngsters like Julian. So to just cut off the school program is indicative of the fact that you do not have a clue as to what you're doing, And of course, the other point I want to make, because of the nature of the school sports program in this period, you also have to look at, and the fact that they've canceled it, you have to look at the increases in the crime levels that will be happening between now and December, because the children have no sense of obligation anywhere. We did not foster that. We're not working within the schools. We have a now Ministry of Crime Prevention. What are they doing? What support are they giving to ensure that our children who are not going to be privy to the sports programs in groups and large numbers, what is the alternative for them? So we need to rethink things. And, Tim, I wanted to ask you a question, which I think you will answer, but I will leave it for your good friend Rick, because what I honestly see with the Labour Party and planning and perhaps in some instances, maybe, some of the government departments, is the whole question of planning with excitement and not necessarily planning for sustainable solutions for our country. And so I termed it constant planning. You get excited, it drops, and everything is dead after that. We really need to do better and come better as a society. We can do better. There is always a better way, and we need to learn from those who have been here. At the Olympic Committee, we plan systematically, so we know what's happening from A to Z. We can tell you, and so we need to be able to get government to understand its role. And you need people and leaders who are capable of doing just that. Thank you so much, Tim, for taking some time on your program. But I have a lot to say. It's just that, it's difficult to get you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. And today was your lucky day. Just heard there from Miss Fortuna Belrose. Still to come on the broadcast, the Prime Minister reacts to the resignation of Dr. Lisa Charles as the Director of Medical Services at the OK EU. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon milk sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't want to miss a bacon melt sandwich. Have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Get your home holiday ready with unbeatable savings at MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt. Enjoy pre-Christmas savings of up to 50% off on selected Christmas items this season. Transform your space and make your home shine. Everything you need is here. MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt pre-Christmas sale is happening now. Shop early and save big. Your holiday home improvement starts now.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
The Government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide at no cost. From care during and after pregnancy, vaccinations, family planning to nutritional and mental health counseling, we are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
Why travel abroad for an MRI scan when you can access world-class medical technology right here in St. Lucia? At La Clinique de Cour's Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring cutting-edge technology to your doorstep with our state-of-the-art GE-accredited 1.5 Tesla MRI machine. Our advanced imaging services let you see the unseen, providing crystal clear scans that deliver unmatched accuracy for a comprehensive look at your health. Save time, save money, prioritize your health. No more costly trips overseas. Get the highest quality MRI scans locally and take control of your health with the option of a second opinion. You deserve that peace of mind. Our skilled specialists are here to guide you every step of the way, whether it's nerve disorders, chronic headaches, spinal injury, or stroke recovery. We offer expert consultation and personalized care all under one roof. And don't miss out on our special discounts. Ask about our reduced rates on MRIs, ultrasounds, and consultations at our convenient locations in Castries and Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Book your appointment today. Call La Clinique de Cour at 451-6559 and experience imaging excellence without leaving the island. Your health deserves the best. Let us help you see it.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastors Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast-in sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastors Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It's called NewsSpin. The annual barrel concessions, well, it's currently on, and it's from November the 1st to date to February the 28th of 2025. 100% waiver on import duties. Pay no VAT on imported barrels. Health and Citizen Security Levy will not be charged on imported barrels. 2 barrels per household and upper limit of $3,000 on value of each item per barrel. We continue with your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And once again, that's 716-2026. We also be going through some of your comments in the chat room as we're getting all set to conclude our broadcast. Don't forget, still to come, you'll be hearing from Mr. Philip J. Pierre, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, reacting to the resignation of Dr. Lisa Charles, the Director of Medical Services at the OKE. As a matter of fact, let us go straight to that comment, that reaction by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia to the recent resignation of Dr. Lisa Charles.
Dr. Charles is a professional. I want to thank her. I haven't spoken to her. I haven't heard anything about the resignation, but I think that Dr. Charles is a fantastic medical practitioner. But I wish it was different. What can I do?
And you just heard there from the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Mr. Philip J. Pierre. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to Rick.
After your show yesterday, a regular caller to NewsSpin called me to suggest that I may not have been as clear as I thought I was talking about college degrees. And the person thought I may have even given the impression that I didn't rate college degrees.
No, I think I think you were very clear on that issue.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
Tim.
you were.
I thought so too.
There isn't any need
But
for you to clarify anything today. There isn't any need.
Do you think there's no need?
No,
All right.
none at all.
Okay, Tim. Now, I'm glad to hear that. Now, have you ever heard a PM say publicly that he lacked confidence in a member of his cabinet, an MP?
I have heard it before, and
Heard him say he lacked?
Yes.
Lacked?
Yes.
He had no
yes.
confidence?
Yes, it happens. I'll tell you the context. What follows that is that because of me not having confidence in this individual, I've decided to relieve him of his duties. So I've heard it before. And that statement was even made just recently by the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell. He did not have confidence in a particular minister, so he relieved him of his duties just a few months ago. You can research
So
it.
what happened? Was there any history between him and that particular minister?
He did not say why. He did never. I don't think he ever explained. But he said he lacks confidence in the individual, so he relieved him of his portfolios.
I see.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's interesting, because I have never heard a PM state that a member of his cabinet.
No, it happens, Rick. It happens. It happens in many parts of the Caribbean or the world. I lack confidence in this individual. But what follows is, as a result of that, I've decided to relieve him of his duties. It happens.
What I know has happened is, you will hear that an MP his portfolio has been changed, like happened in '97 with Philip Pierre and Minister Rombali. But I don't remember the Prime Minister stating that he had no confidence in.
Remember, your question was: Have you ever heard a Prime Minister? You did not say a Prime Minister of St. Lucia, so that's why I pointed you in the direction of Grenada, where it has happened.
Well, actually, I don't mind you pointing out the Grenada. I didn't know about that either.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking of the region. I'm thinking of the region because what obtains in one place obtains in
Yeah,
one
but
place.
it happened recently in Grenada.
It happened recently.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was not surprised at all to hear the Prime Minister say he had confidence in the present Minister of Health. What surprised me was that there were no appropriate questions, no questions to him, like why? Because everything around the health portfolio seems to be in utter shambles. So if the Prime Minister has great confidence in his MP, I think he would be proud to say why he had that confidence. Unfortunately, we never find out those things. We don't ask about those things at all, or did he say it and I didn't get it?
No, I don't think he was asked the question. He was
Okay,
not asked the
now-
question, but he went on to say that, health has always been an issue in St. Lucia and also an issue in the United States, in the UK, etc.
And still no questions were asked of that. And my final thing to you, Tim, back again to the hospital. Are you aware that for a doctor spends about 4 or 5 years in medical school, right?
Yeah.
And after that, he or she does something like 3 or 4 years internal medicine before they can even practice as a physician.
Mm-hmm.
Were you aware of that?
You're talking about being an intern.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, being
That's
an intern.
What they call internal medicine.
Yeah,
so
being an intern.
They're being watched over,
Yes.
in other words.
being an intern.
I say that because, and again, it's not the particular person, it's the principle I'm talking about. Before you can determine what medicine to give, let's stick with the metaphor. Whatever a person is sick, before you decide what medicine to prescribe, you got to know what exactly ails that person.
Diagnose.
So what is it about the hospital that requires the special expertise of Damian Greaves? Do you know?
Because there's a vacancy. That's the response I could give you. There is a vacancy, and somebody has to fill the position. Dr. Dexter James decided not to renew his contract, and therefore there's a vacancy.
You know, I get a feeling you're pulling my leg today.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying there's a vacancy. So somebody has to fill the job.
Life.
Who knows the Prime Minister? I don't know. I'm not saying that's a fact. Who knows the Prime Minister might have called Dr. Damian Greaves and say to him, man, you've been in Grenada for so long, come to St. Lucia, do me a favor. Take on that huge responsibility, that huge task.
We don't have time to go into that.
Yeah.
My last final one. Who do you think is responsible for the problems that we face now, as a country? Who do you think is responsible? The people of the country generally, or political parties?
I think both are responsible. Over the last few years in particular, when I say the last few years, I'm not talking about 3 years and a few months, but over the last few decades, the people of St. Lucia have been too tolerant, they've been too docile, and they've been accepting a lot of shoddy representation from our governments. And our governments realizing that the people have a tendency, to be sheep, and therefore they do exactly as they please in terms of key appointments. Rick, you must understand that if you're gonna fill certain positions in the country, critical positions, it should not be on the basis of whether you supported me in the last general election or not. It has to be because you have the skill sets, you have the qualifications, you have the track record, you have the academic background, etc. You're qualified. In other words, you are qualified for the job. We have too many square pegs in round holes, and the people are tolerating it.
Now, here's the point. I would consider, bearing in mind what you just said there, the most important job in the country is government. Wouldn't you say?
It is. It is the most important job.
So you would think that the people of whom most would be demanded in the first place before you put them in office, both in terms of character, education, and in particular, track record. We would be interested in knowing those things. But even Kenny Anthony has called on St. Lucians to be more discriminating in their choice of who they put into office. He said that right after the 2011 general elections, which he won. And, that keeps coming up. Which is first, the chicken or the egg? Is it the crappy candidates that are put before the people of St. Lucia, or that the people of St. Lucia go out of their way to to vote for crappy candidates and then just moan and moan?
Maybe you have to. You have to blame the process that is being utilized by the respective political parties to select candidates. Maybe there's insufficient vetting that is taking place. Maybe it's a case of whether you can win a seat or not, because that's where it starts. And then you are presented to the electorate, and the electorate, maybe they choose the lesser of the two evils in most instances.
Well, that means we're doomed. We're doomed then, because what you just said, there leaves no room for light at the end of the tunnel, because it doesn't matter. I mean, a gentleman said to you a while ago, in effect, whoever comes up with a sardine and some rice, he gets the vote. I've said this so many times before. There will be no change in this country while we remain so easily satisfied. We are not interested in success. We are interested only in bare survival. We are into this business of half a loaf is better than none. People like that, Tim, will forever have dictators riding over their backs half a thing is better than none. That is another word for slavery. We are slaves existing on a plantation run by people who claim to look like us. I don't think any of them look like me. I don't think any of them. But, people who look like us. We are a plantation. Only the slave owners and the bosses and the overseers are black like us. Because they treat us in many cases worse than our parents were treated in the plantation days of sugarcane and so on and so on. And at least we didn't expect anything from those foreigners who came with own. But we expect a change. We decided we were going to put our people in our own parliament because we did not want anything resembling plantation life. But Tim, who can honestly say we are not living effectively like plantation slaves? You're not free to speak. You will not get a job on merit. Nepotism is everything. You live in fear of ministers who associate with the kind of people likely to blow your head off for real or to spend a night discussing your genitals. That is what we're living under. We're living in fear. And living in fear of one thing or another doesn't make any difference. You're living in fear. We are living like slaves. I'll go so far as to say effectively we are slaves with our own chosen overseers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A quick look at what's happening in the chat room. Amanda.
In the chat room, someone says, it's sad how the Prime Minister is always coming out to speak on things that he claims that he has heard, has not been told, and he just doesn't know. As a good leader, don't you think that the PM carries out an investigation on things he has heard or told before coming out and speak on it? Another comment, so we have medical doctors who aren't professionals. Someone says he has heard nothing about the resignation, Lord Water PM SMH. Someone says you guys should give concessions on 3 barrels bagay top wed. Another comment, where are all the athletes who came down to demonstrate in the last election? Where are the voices? Tell them come and rally around the younger athletes, not a word, not a word. Another comment, what is included in its universal health coverage? I am curious. Someone says, wow, well said, Fortuna. Let the sports minister know what sports is all about, not excitement. Tell him wheel and come again. Let him learn from us, the professional sports personnel. Another comment, St. Lucia appears to always have a mass event in the form of bloco, feds, etc., etc. We are also a tourism destination. God forbid if we ever have a plane crash or mass injuries, how will our health system handle such misfortunes? Isn't it time we get serious about our health system's status? We urgently need serious upgrades. Channel some serious monies into health. Another comment, St. Lucia, it is time to get out on the streets, not only in Castries but all over the country, and chant enough is enough. Another comment, Roche, the children need you, please organize another demonstration. Someone says, imagine that in 2024 Lucians are going to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for medical assistance. Another contribution, where were you all when Shafney spent $22 million of taxpayers' money to the Cayman Group to manage the OKEU hospital? When the French offered the same services to government of St. Lucia, Shafney rejected them to waste taxpayers' money. Another comment, some people continue saying anything like it's because of not giving the doctors their contact, but we all know that it's because of the poor conditions in the healthcare conditions. Another comment, people, you all know the nurses does nothing for the patients, they only administer medication. That's it from me, Tim.
Thank you so much for that elaborate update, Amanda. And our NewsSpin question of the day, reads, what do you think about an upcoming fete to celebrate the St. Lucia Kings? What do you think about an upcoming fete to celebrate the St. Lucia Kings? Our NewsSpin question of the day, to be followed by the NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, 400 feared dead as Spain braces for more rain. 400 feared dead as Spain braces for more rain. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, and that is NewsSpin. Here's a very good Friday and a safe, enjoyable, and pleasant weekend. We'll be back, God willing, on Monday afternoon, 12:30. Goodbye.